Hey everyone, welcome to your useful tips and tricks. My name is Michelle White. Today we're going to break this up into two sections. The first part is we're going to talk about the media library and the playlist. I understand there's sort of some mixed communication going on. Do I start in the media library? Do I start in the playlist? What's the purpose of these two? So we're just going to take a time out and we're going to clear the air. The second part of this is talking about our announcement editor. Within there, we have what we call a text tool. And today we're just going to show you some, again, tips and tricks on how to sort of use that. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so when it comes to workflow, right, that's really important because you don't want to be in the system for a long period of time. And knowing if you start in the media library or the playlist, right, that can really make a big difference. So if you're creating content using a different software, and nowadays there's a million different softwares out there, but some of the popular ones, of course, PowerPoint is always going to be a popular option. Canva, I know, Adobe, of course, if you're working with any designers. If people are sending you the content and your job is essentially just to upload and sort of publish it, or again, if you're using Canva to create the content, maybe then you export it, or PowerPoint, again, you use PowerPoint, you're exporting it. Essentially, you're going to start in the playlist. And what you'll do is you'll select one, or again, multiple playlists, and you'll hit the button that says add content. And then here is where you're literally just going to drag and drop. So again, you don't need to be in the media library if I sort of just explained a scenario that you're dealing with. Even in this Modo, you can even add YouTube clips or Vimeo or Capterra. So again, you just literally drag and drop your assets, or again, even your video files within this sort of Modo. Now, other situation or other scenario, of course, is what if you are using our announcement tool? Again, our announcement tool is held in the media library. If that's the case, then yes, you do need to start in the media library. You need to create your announcement, and then you'll go to the playlist to essentially publish it. Also too, on this Canva part, this is just going to be a preference thing, of course, but some people, they like to, go into Canva and they'll just create all their slides. I mean, sometimes they might carve out a couple hours and they'll just kind of crank out the slides. And then as I explained, they'll export them and then upload them into the Reach system. Some people, they like to just create the Canva designs when they're in the Reach system. And essentially, that's exactly what this is going to do. It's going to open up a Modo. It allows you to create the slide. You're still in the Reach system, but obviously you're using the Canva tools. And then what's nice is that when you are done creating that slide, you essentially just hit save and it gets stored in the media library. There's no wrong here, by the way, on which direction you go. I think it really just comes down to, what works for you. Now, the media library, what this is built, or what the purpose of this, it's really like a cloud-based library. I mean, everything that you upload into the playlist is going to be stored here. When you remove items from the playlist, you're actually not removing it from the media library. Now, if you want to delete this asset forever, this is where then you would come, right? And there's a million ways to sort of find the asset and search for it. But again, you don't have to delete it from the media library. I think, again, a little bit of mixed communication. Some people feel like they need to come in here and they need to clean it all up. That's actually not true. I mean, you don't have to do that. We definitely have people out there who have thousands and thousands of assets, and they just keep uploading. And again, that's totally fine. I mean, we don't put like a storage space or anything on that. So again, it's just kind of comes down to what works for you. So that's the difference of workflow, and hopefully that kind of clears the air for a lot of you. So let's dig into our second section here. All right, so let's jump into the text box here. So as I select this box, as you can see, or this button, I should say, I'm kind of being brought into this first layer. The first layer really just allows you to essentially, locate where is this text going. As you can see too, I can go from the top or the bottom or the corner. I can really adjust, again, the height, the width of, how much text I may or may not need. Now, to get into that second mode, right, that second layer, the editing mode, there's really two ways to do it. The way that works for me, and again, it doesn't mean that's going to work for you, but the way that works for me is to simply come in here and just double click. Once I double click, right, I can come in here and I can just start typing away. The other way is to simply hit the button that says edit text, which again is going to bring you into that second layer. And once again, you can come in here and start typing the content that you need. Now, if you need to close out of here completely, like you just need to get out of the text tool, you're going to, move on, you're going to add an image or shape. The best way to do this, you guys, is to click on the canvas itself. You can see it's completely got me out of here. Everything is obviously bold, it's color. So it's completely removed me from the text to itself. Now there is another way, of course. So if I double click in here, and let's just say I'm typing away, right? I'm just gonna keep typing here. And I say, you know what? I want to make this text box smaller. I want it just the size now. Now that I've gotten my text in here, I really just kind of want to move the box itself. The best way to do that is to hit the button that says stop editing. And that's going to again bring you into that first layer, that first mode, which then allows me to make my adjustments. So again, I'm like, okay, I'm done with my text here. I know I'm going to stylize it, but I kind of really just want it in this corner. All right, so let's kind of dig into stylizing here. So keep in mind you can stylize each line, like can be its own unique sort of color. You can even have like a certain character be, something different. So we really give you that flexibility to, again, have that customization on how you want your text to look. One thing I just want to show you is, let's just say I do text 3 here. We'll just do kind of like a purplish blue. Now it doesn't matter if I hit enter, and it doesn't matter if I hit shift enter, okay? They're both going to respond the same way. But what if I hit over here, you can see, right? Line 4 is now carrying the same styles as line 3. And that is built in. That is supposed to happen. Now, if for whatever reason you wanted this to be, let's just say this red, right? Of course, you can select it, right? You can go into your color, but notice that we don't have like a color picker, right? I can't go and essentially get the exact red. So my tip to you guys, if you are dealing with situations like this, is select, again, the color you want, come into the color here, and simply just copy this. Now, again, you can highlight it. You can do the old school way where you hit copy. Otherwise, I'm on a Windows. It's Control-C. That can copy as well. Not top of my head, not too sure what it is for a Mac, but again, you can copy it here. And then again, what you do is you just select this line, you come in here, kind of clear this out, and Control-V to paste, and then that will get me the exact color that is in line 1. So again, just kind of know that we don't have that color picker, but there are sort of ways and, again, tips and tricks to kind of, get the styling 100% how you want it. So that's what I wanted to cover today, you guys. I appreciate your time. I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks again for watching this.